Hey, Hellbillies, what's going on today? You ready for a lesson? I am. I just had a little drink of coffee and I'm ready to go. So, what we're going to learn today is we're going to learn our 5 note pentatonic scale on one string. And as long as we know where our root is, we're going to learn a little trick. And I'm going to take you right now and show you. Okay? So, here on the G string, on the 3rd fret, is an A. Okay? We know that. We learned that from the Reverend box. A. Okay? So, if we go from the a step and a half, a full step and a half, okay, to the C, just like the scale, then we go to the C and we go a full step, that's a D. Another full step, that's an E. A step and a half is a G, and another full step is back to the A. Now, this is going to work anywhere you find that root. So if you put this in your mind, every time you're going to be able to go step and a half, full step, step and a half, full step to the root. If you start from the root, of course. So there's your whole scale. And that's a roadmap for getting up and down and up and down. Just like we did with the double stop lesson, but on one string. So, and it's everywhere. It doesn't, you're on one string, so that's not going to change. So, your B, it's a little difficult because your A is over here, but it's always going to be the same. So, knowing that, step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step, it really can make a huge difference, when you want to get out of, you're in position, are you in position 1, you want to go. To get where you want to go. So, that's just a great thing. So I would learn that everywhere. I would find your A's, know that, and know that everywhere. Sometimes I'll start it from the G ahead of it, because you know how one step above to get into your root. Sometimes going the other way, I screw it up, but getting up and down the neck, it's just it's a roadmap for just getting wherever you want to be so quickly. Some people call it linear, learning it linear, horizontal, but it's just learning your scale on one string. Now, I didn't learn this for like many, many, many years. I had to struggle with the boxes to I had to go I got to get to this box, to this box, to this box, and then one day a light bulb went off. Bing. Like, why don't I just learn the scale on one string? Just there's only 5 notes. Now, this is a really good concept because when you get more into the major stuff, they're going to teach you the same thing. That's part of what I missed in learning. As I went, was avoiding that theory. Because everybody that I knew that got into theory, they just kind of lost all of their feeling. But from the era that I came from, everybody just wanted to shred, 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 shred. If you're not shredding, you're not living. And shredding's great. There's room for shredding, and I'll teach you some stuff about shredding, but it's not everything. So that's where I got off on the theory, guys, and I was like, I don't think I want to learn that theory because either that or it was the guys with the arpeggios that like sometimes guys learn arpeggios and it's just like playing the guitar you need all those tools together. Like I said when we first started this, knowing the arpeggios when you want to be like a cool soloist, and play differently is really, really, it should be number one. But if you don't have the root of the pentatonic, you kind of not get it. You're not getting it. So rooting yourself with the pentatonic, rooting yourself in the scale, then learning the arpeggios, then the cage system kind of stuff. The chordal, like which we've already worked on. A little bit. Learning. Okay, there's a chord here, and here's a scale. And then here's a chord here, and then here's the blues box. There's a chord here, and then here's the BB box. So, but today, learning those linears, because the next linear that we'll go through, or horizontal, whatever you want to call it, will be like, so you learn, and then knowing that learning the whole the 4-note boxes from the thing, so and then you get to go linear on that stuff, and that's pretty cool. But it really helps if you know that where that is. You know what I'm saying? If you know that already, it's just so helpful to you. So this is going to be a quick, easy lesson. Find your A's. Here's an A on the G string, like we started with. So step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step, and that's really it. And back and forth with that, just like you did, like. Can you hear that's the same thing? So, linear 1-string scales. It's so important. And it's really easy, Step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step. That's it. Go backwards. Whole step, step and a half, whole step, step and a half. You can figure out a better way maybe of doing it for yourself, but I tried to keep it with a step and a half always because it just worked for me, But I know guys have been playing, 20 years, and then I try to teach them this, and if they get it, they're like, whoa, because here's the thing. Okay, so we start here on our A root, and we do. When you get here, the scale that you were here with, right? Same position. You're just going from one position to the same position an octave away. So, sorry, I screwed that up. I'm trying to talk to you and play at the same time. So you go to the same position, so, you're in your first position here, and you go. You're in your position, you're moving from one position to the same position when you get to the end of the 5 notes. Now, of course, you got to move your hand a little bit, but I don't want to get too off on this, but here we go. I'm going to show you something. So we step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step. There's a little square box right there, which is the same square box that's here. So when you get there, you have that, you know, and you're right on the root. Whole step, step and a half, whole step, step and a half, whole step. Here's your root. So there you go. That's just like a great, I mean, that's a light bulb moment for me. All right, that was a quick lesson for a change. I'll try to make them quicker as we go. Hey, watching my channel, do me a favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. You know, I appreciate it. Leave me a comment. Please leave me some comments. I got some good comments. I love comments. Anything. Just give me a cheers. Cheers. All right, so let your God go with you. Cheers to you. I'm the Reverend Hellbilly. I'll see you in the next lesson. Right on.